Hey guys, welcome to Real Housewives of Potomac, season 9. Oh my goodness, episode 4. All right. So we're coming back live again for Messy Mondays. That's what I'm calling this because it's all the way messy. And this episode they should have just called this messy. I think it was like bumping beds or bunking beds and bumping heads or something. But it was
Something.
so much shade shown in this episode. I got notes, y'all. I took my notes. I mean, it's just shade. I had a lot of notes. So we're just gonna get right into it.
Let's
I
do it.
am your host, Avalaura, your life coach and intuitive consultant, and these are my friends. Amina, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Amina S. Carter. I am a peak performance strategist, and I'm excited to be here with Ava
Nice to meet you, Amina. And I am Lillian. I am a mental health therapist, and I strongly believe faith, family, and Philadelphia football. Go Eagles! So that's where I am
She
at right
wrong for
now.
that. She wrong for that. This is Potomac. I don't
Um,
even play. I don't even care about footbal, but I know the Commanders just won last night. Let's talk about Eagles.
Yo, if y'all go to the Super Bowl, I promise you I will move out of my house. I
Oh,
promise you I
wait,
will
wait, wait.
move.
Say that again. Because we
I
just
said, if y'all go to the Super Bowl, I promise you I will move out of my house. I'm not gonna be able to take it. I'm not gonna
with
be able
this quarterback, we might just.
to have mercy. That's what I've been hearing. My neighbor came over to help me do something earlier. He got on his commander's hat. He got on his commander's shirt. He like, we going to the Super Bowl. I was like,
Don't sleep
let me
on
see how
us.
much my house is worth. Where's the realtor? Because I can't stay here.
Listen,
Listen,
yes.
it's about to be ugly. Okay. I don't even care about football, but my partner all day, I had to listen to them. I got a pseudo watch the game with them. When they pulled out that Hail Mary yesterday, oh my God. It was bananas. Bananas. But anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
was also bananas. So we already knew. So if you didn't catch us last week, we were live last week. Go back and watch the episode. I think the link is in the description, right? So we knew this week was going to be drama, right? Because we know every time they go on a trip, we know some stuff is about to come up. I think they save the drama for the trips.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like Gizelle, oh, well, I got a bone to pick with Karen, so let me talk about it. Like, my thing is, if you're on a trip, you're supposed to, it's a vacation, it's supposed to be relaxing. You don't bring up the drama. You like let the drama go and enjoy
Yeah,
yourself, and then maybe pick it back up when you go home.
While you're
yeah.
But
mid,
these ladies,
while you're picking up your fork and you're asked the question, it's drama time.
It really is. It's like, yo, see, okay, but you know what I think the difference is? And I don't mean to be like this, but okay, I'll be like this. When I go on vacation, I'm not working,
Hmm.
and it's like I'm relaxing
mm,
and everything. This is their job to act like this. They are still working, and I don't think like Giselle even said it once time. Karen ain't got no job. So if you don't have no job, when does your vacation start and when does your vacation end? And so therefore, that's what I think it is. Because it's like I'm on vacation. I don't want to think about these things.
right? I mean, you
But
got a lake behind you,
yeah, you got
like
a concierge. Do you know how I
the
would feel if I had a
concierge.
personal, okay, a personal concierge that probably I'd be like, at 12 o'clock, bring me some cookies and milk.
That
And
part.
like,
That part.
I was like,
yeah.
how y'all gonna be mad at each other? This is beautiful. Like, can we just get along just for this time period? Sometimes when they go on these trips and you like the accommodations. I can't even remember where. It might not even been Potomac. It might have been like Atlanta one time, and the accommodations were horrible, and
Yes.
everybody was pissed. As soon as they stepped in, I was like, okay, Mia did her
Yeah.
thing.
She
She did.
did. Now,
She did.
them bunk beds, I would don't play
We,
with
we gonna
me.
talk about them bunk beds.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it time for me to unveil it? Is it time for me to unveil? Yeah, like,
Yeah, we talking about the bunk beds.
Shady
Okay,
baby.
now first, so let's start where they started, right? So
Okay.
they revealed the rooms, right? So Karen and Giselle are both happy with their rooms.
Yes.
Why are they mad about sharing a bathroom? I'm like, it's two of y'all.
Because because
It's two of y'all for a weekend or whatever the heck. Y'all can't share a bathroom for 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is.
It's really like first world problems. Because come on, you didn't stay in
Yeah.
the dorm, you didn't go on a trip with a sister at a retreat and share a room.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, what's the worst? Like, it's two of y'all. Now I understood if y'all had one small bathroom and it was four of everybody. It's
Exactly.
two women. Are you nasty or no?
Two grown women.
So.
And they have their own little sink part. Like, they have the part with the
It was
sinks and
just
stuff.
it was the toilet and yeah. So I was like, look, y'all got off light. So I'm thinking, they're showing them first. I'm like, okay, this is nice.
Yes.
Everybody's gonna like their rooms. And then they get down to the dungeon. And I was like, yo, this is messed up.
She called it a dungeon.
I was like, this is messed up. They put them in the dungeon, yo. Why they do it? First of all, listen, it ain't 7 people here. Why y'all can't just get rid of the bunk beds and just put in some regular beds?
Yeah.
Or go ahead.
No, I felt myself getting cold as they walked down the steps. I was like, it looked like it's cold in that basement and everything. But I don't want to reveal the surprise about what Stacy said until later on, until we get that part. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, these are little kid beds. And as we've discussed, Stacy is 6 foot tall. So like, what is going to, like, how's that going to work? They got to put 3 of them down in a row for her to stretch through all of them. I don't know how that's going to
And they
happen.
tried to put them together, but come on, y'all know putting 2 beds together don't work.
At our big age.
Yeah.
Right,
At
you
these
can
big
fall through the
ages.
middle.
Baby, my back problems would be like, I know you lying.
We too old for this. We're too old for this.
You want a
I
grown
felt bad
woman
for them.
trip.
I felt really bad for them.
Yes.
Even for the weekend. I probably would have been like, you know what? We got this beautiful lake out here. We got all of it. I'm going to sleep out here. At least I can see stuff. I mean, it wasn't, okay, it was the dungeon. There was like no windows.
No.
It was
Okay.
like bunk beds and no windows.
It's no way. It's giving
Yeah.
prison.
How about that?
It's giving women's prison energy.
How about that?
And it's a no for me.
They need to stop doing that. I mean, I know they do it so you can get more people in, but nobody wants the bunk beds. Like, can we just stop?
No. No. But then can we move on to talk about Jacqueline and Mia once
Go ahead,
again?
girl. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Once again, they share the room once again. And they're like, okay, that's fine and everything like that. But then after that, are we ready to talk about because every time they sit down to eat, there's a argument.
We already know when they get to
Every time they sit down to eat, which really would mess up my digestion. If every time I sat down and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was thinking about how when I got on the bus, you didn't speak to me. So, like, anyway, but it would really mess up my digestion. But they sat down to eat, and you have the 2 sidekicks arguing about who's the main sidekick.
That was wild.
And she
First of all, Mia got a lot of friends, though.
But it really was giving pick me energy. Like, what are we doing?
So, okay, so now you gotta know backstory, right? I don't know the history between Jacqueline and Mia, right? So I'm just getting caught up with what they showed on the show. But the fact that everybody was like, their relationship is kind of weird, or I was just like, I mean, is it like, are they like codependent? Like, I don't know what's happening here, like what's going on. So y'all catch me up, like what the heck is going on in their relationship, and why are they always sharing rooms?
So the season before, or the season before that, they had been Gizelle saw them showering together.
Like for real showering, like naked?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like they had these larger than life floor to ceiling windows at the villa or wherever they were staying. And Gizelle was like, so I saw y'all, boom. Then there was this kerfuffle about them supposedly being intimate in a threesome situation with Mia's ex-husband now, or some implications of something like that. So if I'm not mistaken, I got perimenopausal brain fog, but I think I'm on point. Okay.
No, I remember something similar and like that. they have shared dudes before
Yes.
and everything.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
Yes. And
How old are they?
too old
Yeah.
with their whole
Yeah.
families and children and
And
husbands and
Mia just said, not Mia, Jacqueline. So she just had a baby, right? Because they had said something about, I don't. It was weird. It didn't make any sense. Mia was like, "Oh, of course we're sharing a room. She's a new mother, and I got to make sure that she's feeding the baby." And I was like, "What?"
But
no,
then,
that was shade. She was saying, I have to make sure. Shade. She was saying Mia was being funny and saying, I have to make sure Jacqueline feeds on. She was basically saying, I want her in the room with me so I can nurse her. She wasn't saying she had a baby. I took it as she was,
Ooh.
because it was a play on them, making fun of them being always on each other and up under each other. So she was like, I had to make sure that she
Wow.
nurses on time from the teat. That's what she was saying. That's how I took it. I don't think Jacqueline has a new child.
I don't think so. Because when they showed her celebrating her partner's birthday, there were two girls that looked like they both were like school age and
Mhm.
everything. And,
No,
they were
it
at
was
the
it was
Airbnb
tongue
with.
in cheek type of a play.
So is she auditioning to become a housewife, or like what's
I
happening
think
here?
so. I think so. I think she is the oh, and Marlo, please don't beat me up. But I think she is the Marlo Hampton of the Real
Of
Housewives of
Atlanta?
Potomac.
They keep
Mm.
one in the
Please,
chamber. They keep one
they
in the
keep one.
chamber.
And I know what Marlo, if Marlo is watching right now, she's like, Lillian, I have better style than that girl. You do. You do, Marlo. You have better style than anybody I've ever met. I mean, like, that's just how you do it. But I think the same way you were on the show and you were Nene's friend, and then you were Cynthia's friend, and then you were Nene's friend, I think that's what they're trying to do with Jacqueline. She's interesting and all that. But then the one thing that I don't know if it's going to add to her longevity, once they start coming with the claws out, like what Karen did when they sat down, she
Mm.
just, yeah, she just crumbled.
So
She
they set us up right with the whole. I think when they were in the limo, Karen was saying, "Okay, well, I'm gonna find out who my friends are." So we
Right.
already know the drama's coming.
Exactly.
We know,
Exactly.
but I didn't expect so much drama between so many people. You
It's
know,
giving Atlanta. This
I
is
was like,
giving
"Is
very much
everybody got a problem with everybody?
everybody.
What's happening here?" So we
And
knew
yeah,
Giselle had a problem with Karen,
right.
right? So we knew that I guess they worked that out. I mean, I don't know, because you know how they do. They apologize, they work it out, and then the next episode they still mad at each other. So it's
Fact.
I don't know. And then you had okay, so it was really weird to me. So then you had Stacy mad at Ashley. I was like,
oh
Ashley didn't
yeah,
do nothing, like because
yeah.
she said her friend and she was like, oh, she's divorced, oh yeah, she got a friend, and then she trying to say, well, I thought you were trying to devalue our relationship. All she did was say you had a friend, which you told us you had a friend, which you showed him on TV, so you shouldn't be afraid to have him mentioned because you showed him on TV.
But also, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because if y'all watch The Breakfast Club, Ashley gives Jess with the mess. Okay, she gives Jess with the mess. She stays with
Okay.
everybody's information, and it gives very. I'm gonna just share this very innocently,
Okay.
but also shade.
Got
That's
it.
Ash.
Okay.
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 She's a shady baby to me. Now, I don't think in that situation that she was trying to be shady at that moment. I
Mm-hmm.
think that sidebar, is that the same Ty that the is his name Ty? Isn't that guy's name the guy who was all mixed up in the other news child TJ?
TJ.
Wasn't he in a situation with the lady, the ex who was on, they were both in newscasters and they swapped.
Hold on, what? Oh no, no,
Oh, I
no.
didn't know about that.
Okay,
Wait a minute. No, that's not him.
okay. I listen.
I'm
Oh,
saying
you
that. I'm
talking about
saying
the
that.
other
I
TJ
don't know that
that
it's
was
him, But I'm saying that's not him because that's
No, no, that's not him. I think
Is
that guy
it?
is taller and he's kind of bald. I know who you're talking about. Like
Okay.
him and the newscaster, they were newscasters on TV
And they got
together
caught cheating, and then the
and they
other
got
the
short.
other couple got
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
Their
yeah, that
exes got
guy.
together.
No, that's not him. That's not
Mr.
Okay.
him.
Celibate.
They
Better
looked
not.
alike. I just did a comparison. I just did a
Look,
Seriously.
did y'all see that reaction when she said that she's been celibate for a year? Did you see how quiet it got? It was like just crickets. Nobody had nothing to say except for, they little timeout corner. Nobody had nothing to say.
like, beloved, what is happening?
Yeah, we had a very, Amina, we had a very interesting discussion about that last week.
Yeah, we
Because
did.
we
We
talked
did.
about how if they have agreed to be celibate together, that's one thing.
Right.
But if she is kind of doing this and kind of mimicking that behavior and just doing that to please him, but that's not her real desire, that's another thing. And it doesn't seem like it's her real desire because she's like, do you think I'm pretty? Do you like my hair? Do you
And
want
why
to sit next to me? So,
So this is my thing, right? If this is y'all's relationship and you're
yes.
happy,
Yeah.
why do you feel the need to tell everybody that y'all are celibate?
Because
Hmm. Okay.
things that make you go,
Right? Yeah.
because the math is not mathing.
And then
Well,
wait, and then Mia shade. Oh, the girl the shade. When
yeah.
Mia was like, Stacey's not celibate. I said, how does she know?
No,
When they
I
say
didn't know you were
travel in
saying
the
that.
same
Okay.
circles, that information be passing like hotcakes.
I was like, that's the real tea. How do you know? Because she was
Yeah.
very sure, very, very clear, very sure. But I
And
need to
she's
go back to Jacqueline. Okay, so all right. So Jacqueline is the Marlo Hampton for Potomac. She is auditioning. But why are they sharing I don't know. What
No one's ever going to flush this out entirely, because also they give pieces and parts of the truth. And then you have to guess the rest. But there is so much that they're not actually saying that it's
because
just,
there's a lot. I saw that and I said, there's a lot
yeah.
here. There's a lot
they've
here.
been friends a long time. So they are bone collectors for each other.
Yeah.
There you go. But Karen said it. I mean, Jassy said it, but Karen backed it up that Jacqueline's kind of obsessed with Mia.
And the energy is
So
confirming.
is Mia in a relationship?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
with Ink.
I mean, I'm sorry, Jacqueline. Is
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline in a
Yes.
relationship?
Yes, with the baby daddy.
Okay. Because my thought when all of this was going on, I was like, does she have anything to do with the breakup with the ex? Because I don't know how you have friends like that in your life and they're not, causing breakups and heartaches and all kind of stuff in your relationships.
I think there's stuff with the Jacqueline and Mia with her husband thing, allegedly. Let me
And
give
I
you
didn't even know about that, but I was like,
will
something
give
is
you a
there.
disclaimer, allegedly. Okay. That it happened a while back. Like, they've been friends a long time.
She said like 20 years.
Yes.
Why was they committing for who knew her longer? Remember the other chick was like, oh yeah, I knew Mia back when She was like, oh well, I knew Mia back when she was shopping at Payless and she
Oh, oh. Did you say that on TV? Oh.
I was like, oh snap, like Payless don't even exist no more. Like, what's going on?
It's giving codependent trauma.
Yeah, I was like,
It's
you're really codependent.
it really is given to like I want to be on TV. Can you help me? And that's what it's also giving. Like
But
really,
Mia seems to be okay with it.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
what's
that
weird.
I think that it's a very weird dynamic between those two. I think she wants to be on the show. I think that's why she was trying to make her move over there, being friends with Karen and doing little things right there with Karen and everything. But then she messed up when she didn't support Karen, and Karen is like, Don't play them games with me. And I mean, she really cussed that lady out at the table.
Very much. She very much did. And I want for us who are in the business of watching patterns and pathologies, right? Are watching how the dynamic of how fragile Jacqueline always is.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mia, the dynamic with Mia and Jacqueline is Mia is the one who, however, she made her way
yep.
to access and influence,
Yep. She got out.
kind of played big sister
Yep.
to Jacqueline and was like her ladder and ability to come up and rise. Listen, if I rise, I'm gonna reach down and get my sister too. But there's more at play in terms of the dynamic of their relationship. And
Yeah, because
I,
she's gonna have to be able to stand on her own 2 feet,
yeah,
and Jacqueline cannot.
no.
And
Yeah.
that's why it's icky. It's real icky.
Well, remember like Katie Roast, like Katie started out with them on the show, but then when they went on vacation one time, like Ashley just demolished Katie and
She did.
everything.
Mm,
And it's just like that same kind of thing. Like you have to understand this is how they get down. This is how they communicate. And if you are not able to run with the big dogs, you gotta sit on the curb. Like that's just what it is.
But look at the model. Look at the show model too, right? So there's always a Katie. Jacqueline is the Katie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mhm.
They always find a
Yes.
very fragile, feeble friend of the castmate
mm,
who is
Yeah.
like, pick me. I want to be on.
yeah.
This is my best friend. And then all hell breaks loose and they leverage old information from past relationships to kind of to siphon out the drama.
Mm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
this is one situation where I felt like they didn't even need to do that. Like the drama already existed.
Yes.
And then especially when like I'm just gonna say the newer friends
Yes.
came
Yes.
and they were like, I don't know, the it girls. This whole dynamic that was painted, like they had it all together, and here's Jacqueline. I was like, ooh, this is
And then
wow.
Jazzy tried to clean up the mess that she made because she was shading Jacqueline. She shaded Jacqueline at the table in terms of talking about how she looked from the head and then wanted to come back and say, sis, it was epic shade. And then you came back and was like, no, like, I wasn't trying to be shady. I really do think, sis,
She was like, I really have to tell you, Jacqueline, I really don't like your outfit.
Says that.
then say I wasn't shading you. And then shade her.
And it wasn't even nothing. She was wearing all black. Like, what do you mean you don't like her
It's
outfit?
loungewear. No, right.
Oh
For the
my
airplane.
God.
But it gives, you know how the men play, they sword play. The girls have to swing their bags, the men swing their.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I mean that whole thing of, and then she had to get up and twirl around, and I was like, man, sit down, just sit, just sit. You don't have to do all that. That is not necessary.
It's,
But do you? Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
no,
I
go
was just going
ahead.
to say, I think it's interesting. You have Jassy is Mia's friend. You have Jacqueline is Mia's friend. They're not even like main people in the show, but they're doing all this
The
interacting and everything, and doing all this season, which is just. And then you got other ladies just sitting there getting a check. I mean, like, I
so
want
true.
what is the check? Like, is my
So
check is like, what kind of check am I getting? Am I getting a check similar to their check? I got some drama here and I'm causing some beef. Like, what's
Now
going
check
on with
the
my check?
numbers. Check the numbers because I promise you the access and the screen time is worth more to them than probably the check. Just the
true.
ability
Yes,
Mhm.
to get name credit on the
yes.
show is worth its weight in gold. So they will take the lower up front and then try to leverage moving. This is all it's a chess game.
But you are right. Like they're doing the most where the cast members don't have to.
At all. at all.
Now, I'm gonna say this. Might be unpopular opinion. I appreciated Mia for being straight up and honest with Stacey and be like, look, you're boring. And it's not that I think that Stacey is boring.
Right.
I just thought it was refreshing that she was honest with her. And she wasn't just talking behind her back and she said it to her face.
I think Stacey's boring.
And I don't even know what I think of her yet.
Yeah.
I think that she doesn't have staying power. She won't make next season.
I don't think she will either, but I don't know what I think of her. Like if she left, today, I wouldn't have missed her. I wouldn't be like, where's Stacey? I would forget she was there.
Well, you remember Deshaun Snow on season 1 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and everything. She's kind of like a Deshaun Snow, like the same kind of temperament and voice and everything like that. And
they don't like people who got in. The show is not here for folks who have a lot of peace in their lives. They don't like folks who don't have a lot of rue and brouhaha going on in the background. Stacey's very much giving, I'm a professional, I keep it all together, while I know she doesn't have it all together. You can see the parts that are not together to a certain degree, especially with this ex-marriage. We're living in the same house with our daughter, and that is,
and we're both dating people and all this kind of stuff.
And the other thing that we talked about last week too with that, and I don't know that we're the only ones to have said that.
Yeah.
He's saying he wants to be celibate. And yes, he's saying that he, I don't know, likes her, loves her, attracted, whatever. But what if he is batting for the other team and this is like a whole thing?
It's giving Kenya more hair care, okay? Because y'all remember the guy that she had on? Oh, listen, he was giving props.
That was bad.
Walter.
That was bad.
That one was like,
yeah, that was bad.
We needed a better one. This is giving the lie detector says it's a lie.
And I feel like he's not even like lying well.
Oh my God.
Well, but she can't see it yet. Hopefully, yet.
Funky Geneva put this post up. It was about, I didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but it was saying something about the vibes he was getting. Stacey and the weird man. Stacey dating this weird man is one of the.
Right.
He's just a little strange. Like it just, yeah.
And he was so severely disinterested in her.
That's what I'm saying. Like it just they don't. When you see people together, you're like, oh, they're so cute.
No chemistry.
Their energy. It was like just like two pals working out.
That's it.
I was like, if she didn't say they were together, I would have thought they was like, I don't know, they just met. Like,
I even felt more like he was tolerating her more than. It felt like the more she leaned in, the more he pulled back.
Yeah, it was that. I don't know that I physically saw that, but it was that energy.
Yes, that's
like
what I mean.
I don't,
Yep.
Yeah, don't bother me. Like, I can do my thing. You could be here and watch if you want, but yeah.
That hurt my feelings. Like that really, like I'm just tolerating you. Sure, I'll do this because we're friends. Maybe when I'm on this show, I'll meet some other producers from some other shows. Like that. Oh.
Yeah, I'm helping you out because you needed a storyline.
That's the part that it was giving. That's exactly.
Because you don't need to tell nobody that you celibate. Y'all could just go ahead on and be celibate. Oh, Gizelle's comment, y'all. When she said, Lord Jesus, I'm with a man in the church and there was a whole lot of sex going
on. Wait, what'd she say?
Girl, break out your fan. The shade. She said she had been celibate for a year because he's Christian and all of this stuff.
Yes.
And Giselle was like,
I don't
I
know
was with a Christian man.
And there's
There
a
was a
whole
whole lot of things going on over
stop
here.
the cap, basically. Stop capping. Needs is
She's
getting
like, we
met
don't
in
get
the
down like that, so I don't know what that's about. But woo, that was funny.
The needs are getting met in the name of Jesus. Okay. Listen,
She was like, don't use us. No, no,
don't
no.
do it.
Don't put that on us.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Ooh, it was so much shade. There was something else that happened in this. There was a lot. Look, I took notes. I told you I took notes. Hold on. It was a lot. Y'all can go on because I know I'm missing something because it was something else that was like really good. I want to make sure I get it.
We gotta get to the dinner.
Go with the dinner.
Now I just need to start up the convo about. I'm just trying to figure out what's the real tea with Karen and the spirits. The spirits, because the people are really trying to pull out all the receipts on her and implicate that she has a problem.
Y'all can discuss that. I'm gonna stay out of that one, but please feel free to discuss.
Let me tell you something. Karen is gonna plead the fifth on everything. I can't talk about that. We're still in litigation. This is not a public matter.
Oh my, yeah.
I mean, that's a pro tip right there.
Listen, deny. You can't prove it.
But that's why I'm saying, like, why you gotta come on and say we celibate? You don't have to say nothing. You got people that got real stuff going on, and they trying their best not to say nothing, and you
Karen, real bones. This is not a bone. This is a real bone.
Oh God. Yeah, I think she just needed a DC gig. I think she's trying to resettle herself over here. Stacy is, and she's like, I need a DC gig. And they were like, well, come on this show. Oh, well, I have drama. I'm getting a divorce, and my husband still lives in my house. So do half the people in the DMV. That ain't nothing like,
it's called you need two people income.
Baby, it's expensive.
That's what I'm saying.
It's expensive. You have books out of the house. I'll keep mine.
And then she said,
"Oh no, I did that. I was upstairs. He was downstairs."
Hallelujah.
And that's the way it gets there. And then she's like, well, wait, I'm dating this guy and he doesn't have a real haircut. His haircut is kind of like this and everything. And it needs to really be. And they're like, well, tell us more about this guy. He won't have sex with me. Why? I don't know. Well, we can put you on the show and maybe we'll find out. Okay, how much is my check? And that's what happened. Like, I think that's what it is. Because, like, what is the storyline? Like, what is it to it really? Like,
it hasn't revealed itself yet. Because
do we want it to reveal itself though?
Because is it really a storyline? The thing is,
care?
No. Short answer.
This is what I'll say. I am very interested if Ink, Mia, and Gordon are going on Lauren Lake's paternity court. That's what I want to know. Are they going on paternity court? Because Ink told that man, Jacqueline's baby father, that little boy was his son. Are we going to somehow find out for sure during this season if that is Ink's son or not?
Baby, it will be the perfect cliffhanger.
Don't do that to us. Because you know how long it takes
to come back, though. It would be perfect from a strategic show writing perspective. I would let that thing dangle right in your face.
I was surprised to see that they had like been on trips and stuff with each other. I was like, wait, what?
Ink went on trips with her and Gordon and the children.
Had the picture that they were there before. They were all. I was like, they're all in the picture together.
But they also are living in the same building.
I mean, but this is before it all blew up.
Right.
Before it
This
all blew up, I'm
is.
guessing they had all went on trips together and stuff before it
Yeah,
all
like
blew
she
up.
was saying, like this is one of her, her favorite places, all of this stuff, and they had come together, and she showed the picture, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is really going on here?
I think that they both was doing their thing. I think as long as it wasn't public,
That's
he
what I'm
wasn't.
saying. Like they had an open relationship or something, because I don't understand. Like it's too much history. It's just too
They
much.
they were very much, I think they kind of alluded, they talked about that on last season about how Gordon kind of let Mia
Mm.
be. He wasn't necessarily the one that wanted or needed it. He was he provided a life and a lifestyle with the business. She helped build the business out,
Hmm.
you know, because things really started to fall apart for them when the money dried up.
Oh, we talked about that. I know what it was. I'm remembering. Did she say that he's bipolar?
She did.
Because
Yeah,
she
yeah, but
said when he's manic and the meds, and I said, is she saying he's bipolar without saying he's
She
bipolar?
said the words at some point. I feel like she said the words.
well, he said it. He said it on the reunion.
Somebody said it.
Yeah, he said it on the
Oh,
Yeah.
reunion because he had sent a message like to the group chat with all the house husbands
Yes.
saying some real crazy stuff, and they were
Yes.
like, "Dude, are you okay?"
Right.
And he was like, he went silent, and then he was like, "I want to tell y'all the reason why I was acting like that is because I'm bipolar."
Yeah. He did say it at the
mm,
reunion.
okay. So
Mhm.
maybe he was letting a lot of this stuff go down because he's trying to overcompensate.
And yes, yes, and yes. All of the things. And I think the thing, and this is me implying some things maybe or putting stuff on it that may not be on it, but when you are writing, I mean, understanding, I mean, depending on bipolar 1 or 2, right, because they have some
Mhm.
different identifiers, but I'm assuming those manic episodes, those high, I mean, they're defined, bipolar is defined by the highs and the lows, right? So
Mhm.
but also medication impacts performance.
Right. And she was saying he was off his meds.
Uh,
So
Because bipolar is manageable
yes,
on your meds.
yes.
yeah,
But
yes,
you
But
it
they don't
is.
also,
stay on their meds. I mean, that's kind of typical.
but bipolar also with the meds, you got to have the right cocktail. Everybody doesn't
All of
have
that.
the right one.
All of that.
And
Which is why
so
they don't stay on the meds.
that part. Because
Mhm.
they really get, a lot of people just get zombie-ish and they don't like the feeling. So you got to find the right dosage and all of those things. So
I don't know why that surprised me. I was like, oh wait, hold on. Like, do you have permission to talk about this? I don't know. Like, okay, so I'm glad he said it. So it was something that he
he
previously
violated
said.
his own HIPAA.
Right. So
He
she
did.
He in
like, I know
control of
y'all getting a divorce and everything, but dang, you're talking about the man.
that. Right.
Yeah, no, no, he said it.
He
He's
did.
because I mean, because you even look at, like I said, when they did that photo reveal, oh, I love my wife. She's the greatest mother in the world, and all this kind of stuff. And then he sees the episode of when they went down there to the island, and Ashley, she basically told Ashley that, yeah, she was with Gordon for his money. That set him off. And he
Oh,
didn't go little off. He went off to TMZ. And he said, TMZ, I got a story to tell. And they were like, do tell. And then it all got told, and that's what happened. Like that, he went just from that. He went off, and it's like, can we talk about this?
Wow.
Because come on, sir. Like he is a like I think they say he's like 32, 36 years older than her.
He oh.
He
so
is.
let's also call a spade a spade. His ego was bruised. He pulled a young tenderoni
He thought he had.
and allowed her a certain level of freedom in their relationship. But it's also, for me, it is feeding his own feelings of inadequacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so in one hand it gives and in the other hand it takes.
It
It's like,
takes
okay, I
away.
got a trophy wife, but at the same time I know that I can't measure up, so I got to allow for a little bit of her to kind of do her thing.
Yep. I mean, because that's what I said last week. I'm like, how you marry her and didn't think any of this was gonna go down? Like, I am for sure they had an arrangement, and he was like, listen, just give me some kids so I can have a legacy. You go out here and you
I
do
feel
your
like they
thing.
talked about it.
Like, because I just refuse to believe that he thought that this was going to be a traditional marriage where it was going to be monogamous. No.
You are, yeah.
At
That
minimum.
man is old.
Mm-mm.
This is the thing, though. I want to say, and I have to bring it up. Have you noticed we have not talked about Gizelle, and we definitely have not talked about little Miss Ashley. You know why? Because they ain't doing nothing. They are not doing nothing at all.
I
Ashley
did
is
want to
being
talk about Ashley for a second, though, and you're
okay.
right. Right now, she is not doing nothing. I said, so okay, they alluded. I said, so is her storyline gonna be she broke now because she not married, and now she got to find work because she a single mama? Because I don't really want to see that.
That's my
Talk about
mama's
doing drag
storyline.
shows to make money. Now we all entrepreneurs up in here. Can we really talk like that? No, that's not gonna do it. No.
She did what Mia did. She married money, and the man now that Darby man was a doozy. Okay. I'm not gonna hold you. But I don't know what this and I'm here for enlightened. Ashley's storylines feel very heavily very strategically put together for me, right? It is, I went from the rich man's wife to the very tree hugging crunchy yoga. And I'm doing that. I'm putting this, no offense to yogis. And
yes, I know you know offense, but yeah, right? I understand.
But I'm general perception of how the timeline moved, like some super conscious, empowered. Let's not, and I don't want to discredit how people come into being their own awareness, their own awakenings, right? Because I do think she definitely has had some.
I mean, she's had to have something.
Please God, thank you, Lord.
To what level we don't know, but something had to happen. Some kind of aha genie out the bottle, something.
But we've also seen with our own eyes and all of the years, Avalaura, that been on the scene, from especially in the conscious Black women's movement, from coaching to the lot. Everybody is a something, right? Mm-hmm. It's really trendy. So it was just giving. I learned a few good keywords: Kundalini, breathing, and we're going to throw this out here. I feel I'm being real shady. I'm going to back up. I think I let a little bit more slip than I wanted to. Go ahead.
People watching, feel free to comment, whether you are watching us now live, whether you catch the replay. Listen, come on in, join us. I see some stuff on the sidelines, but go ahead. We want to hear from you too. Like, what do you think? Because I mean, you're right. There wasn't anything to talk about, but I caught that. Mm-hmm. And I said, is this where they're going this season? Because so far it's been crickets. But is this where they're going to take us next?
Ashley going to have to revive this, because it's going to die out soon. Energy. And this, I got, the new body TikTok dancer, super sexed, hyped up. No, it really is a persona. That's her stage persona, right? That is what she does. On the side, it's very scantily clad. It's giving very much, I'm emancipated. I'm coming out. I'm not under the fingertip of my husband anymore.
Okay.
And I'm here for it. Come out, sis.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel authentic.
It feels forced.
It was interesting for all the seasons. I mean, she was married to that frisky Australian man. And, all the seasons, they would bring things to her like, hey, he said that he would give oral sex to Juan Dixon. What do you think? And she's like, no, he didn't say that. Hey, he had slapped somebody on the booty. Oh no, he didn't say that. Hey, here's some pictures of him from a magazine in a hotel down New York Avenue with somebody that's not you. No, that didn't happen. And like that was always interesting to watch because you're like, well, at any point is she gonna be like, that's him and that's it, and everything. But I think it just got to the point. It just something just happened 2 seasons ago, and she was just like, after she had the second baby, I think maybe that was it. She was just
Was
like,
it the babies? I was wondering what happened.
I think it was after she had the second baby, and she was just like, I'm just kind of just done with it because otherwise he was, I mean, all kinds of very frisky things, and he would be down to the show and be drinking and everything and getting even more kind of comfortable with people.
And
And
I knew some of this, and I didn't even watch the show, but heard
yeah,
some things.
They have him on tape saying some really interesting things.
Yeah,
They got the audio because some of the audio was like, I'm sorry, what?
I find the whole thing weird. Like, your wife is on a reality TV show. Like, can we listen? I mean, listen. As a as a woman who coaches many couples, many marriages, can y'all just get together and say, look at here, we're gonna work together as partners. You go ahead and do your thing. I'm gonna do your thing, but don't embarrass me. Like, don't put the stuff out there. Don't get caught.
Don't embarrass.
Can we just do that?
Don't embarrass me.
yeah.
Because I'm like, were you trying to give her material?
Or
Because
can
you
we
didn't even care.
same page in this show? Can we do our notes before we
But you bring up an interesting point. He gave her a lot of material.
Yes,
And
he
now,
gave it.
since he hasn't given her any material because they're going through this divorce, what is she talking
Cricket.
about?
and he wants
Yeah,
no part of the show. No.
So we'll
yeah.
see. We'll see coming up. But that was the little hint that I got in this episode that they were trying to allude to. She's trying to find her moneymaker coming up, even though she's on her moneymaker. But even though I'm sure she's gonna get some type of alimony, something. But
Child support, something, because they were saying something about the prenuptial agreement that she signed. She tried to get to go back on it and everything like that. I don't know, but she does have two small children that I'm pretty sure he has to pay child support for no matter what.
But she did not have the same because the house that she's living in, remember, he put his name on it for her to be able to even to qualify to be in it.
ooh.
Remember that?
I
How did
do.
they meet?
Girl.
I think they in some kind of out in the limelight or something
I
like
felt
that.
like it was at a bar.
Yeah.
What I mean? Because they got so many. I'm like, how did that even happen?
Did she walk into his restaurant? I don't know. I don't even remember their origin story.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I know, and when it first started, she was married to him, and she talked about the age difference and about him being white and Australian.
Yeah.
Hmm. And that was it. So they didn't talk about it. Okay, I'm curious. But yeah, that is her storyline. So
Yeah.
maybe she stayed in for that long because that was her storyline. And now what we gonna do? I don't know. Because what else do we know about Ashley besides the fact that she was married to this dude?
That's what I was getting ready to say. Nothing.
I know nothing about her.
Well, she sings a little bit,
She does
and
not.
she was, huh?
No, she don't.
Just a little bit, and and then I got to give you that for that one that you just said there. But she sings a little bit, and she was in the beauty pageants with Candace, and
Mm.
I think she is going to try to revive that too, the singing and everything. And yeah, but the one season where they went and she went to go to see her dad, that is something worth watching, and it kind of is telling about her and Michael's relationship.
Mm,
She has never met her dad, and she
Mm.
has communicated, I think, through some relatives of his,
yeah.
and he lives down south, and she like went to his house and
Yeah.
kind of rang his doorbell
And he
and
shut the
introduced
door.
herself Yeah, he slammed the door in her face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Like for real?
On live camera. Yeah, they pulled up. She was with her mom.
Yeah.
The mom stayed back in the car. She went to the door, finally found him, and just asked him to talk.
On camera.
Right.
The cameras were very far
They were far
behind.
back, but they were
They were
present.
very far
I
behind.
might have slammed the door on her face too. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Because it gives disingenuous. Like,
I'm not trying to be on camera. We've never met. I've never talked to you.
right.
This is
Right.
not how I want to do this the first time.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
rough.
we will see about that. This is my thing, right? We all here in the DMV. We know that there are some amazing, powerful,
Yeah.
just women who are doing the damn thing. Like one of the reasons I've been in this area over, I don't know, 20 years now. I love it so much is the caliber of people who live here.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me like this is all we can get?
I'm not even gonna hold you. I
Yeah,
actually wish Monique never left. I
really?
I do. I
I
didn't.
couldn't stand her. She got on my last nerve.
What
Oh,
she
she got
do?
on my
Why?
last
Fair.
nerve.
It's fair.
Oh my God. Yeah, she just got on her and that big country man. And I liked him. They could have had him on the show and had him come and him and his mama. And his mama couldn't stand Monique. And his mama would say all this stuff about her. But I just couldn't she seemed so phony to me. That was the thing about it. Like she was like
You
a
know what
real
I appreciated about her? I mean, and this is all a matter of opinion, right? So I felt like she went straight in. She didn't do the sidestepping. Like I I really rock with going straight in at whether it's issues, pulling up things, not being afraid of being on the front line of getting shot down. She was quick with it. You may not have agreed. I think that she definitely had some. I mean, we all have stuff. I just thought that she was a better addition.
She liked Monique too, and her straightforwardness.
I'm telling you. And she wait a minute, hold on. I had to do this in honor of our fallen soldier.
Candace.
Because Candace stayed with a pocket triangle,
She with that pocket
getting the
triangle.
tears up. I really feel like she wasn't about the skating around it. It was like, listen, what you want to do? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I appreciated it. I think she had some moments, but I miss Monique.
That's the one. Her husband was the football player.
Yes,
Yes.
the one who got off because she popped Candace.
That's what happened.
Yeah, they got in a fight.
But Candace gone too.
Candace couldn't take it no more.
Candace was going 3 seasons after Monique was going, though. Yeah.
So that means she can come back.
Probably.
I don't think anybody is going to vouch for Monique at this point.
No.
I don't think the ladies who are still remaining want Monique.
No, because remember they had some kind of meeting.
But Monique joined Love and Marriage DC.
Oh, she's on that.
I heard about that.
She
I
I
heard about
don't
that.
watch it, but I did see that. You're
I don't
right.
know if she came back on the next. She didn't come back the following season.
You were so right about that. I remember.
Yeah.
They
I
definitely brought
remember
her
seeing
back.
that. I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it, and I just stopped.
They a mess. Them.
Okay, I know what it was.
What?
Y'all gotta tell me about this. What is this drama between Ashley and Kay and pressing charges and all this stuff? That came up, and I was like, "What the heck are they talking about?"
That was from the end of last season, right? From the fight that was at the GNA party, the launch.
Yeah. So remember the girl I was calling Cookie Monster that hit Kay in the head?
Yeah.
Cookie Monster is Ashley's friend. And Ashley brought the girl to the party. And I think they felt like Ashley should have taken some responsibility for how her friend acted at
Okay.
that party and stuff.
So it wasn't her, it was the friend. So she said she apologized.
The girl was really trying to get in, and once Kate was trying to break it up. Like I don't
Yeah.
remember, like she wasn't even in it.
No,
She was
no.
she got busted in the head.
Well, I'm laughing because Shelley put that, Candace was always picking on somebody. So Candace was picking on Cookie Monster, saying that she was the help, saying that she was vermin and a rat and all this
Right.
kind of stuff. And actually, she gave the girl the name Cookie Monster and said that she looked like Cookie Monster. I don't even remember her name then. But so Candace was saying all this stuff, her and Dr. Wendy, and the girl heard her, and the girl went to go hit Candace
Oh
in the
yes.
head, and when she went to hit Candace, instead of hitting Candace, she hit Kay. And
What
that's
was
how
that
Kay
girl's
got hurt with that
name?
scar
Oh.
on her
Oh
head.
God. I gotta
And when she
find.
got hurt, and they all fell, it was crazy. And TMZ has it. And then Kay went to the hospital, and Karen rode and to the hospital with Kay in the
Oh
ambulance.
my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. But I think that maybe since then, Kay has not really been feeling Ashley.
Yeah,
I
that
mean, which
that's what she said. And I was just
Deborah,
like,
that was her
what's
name.
the thing?
Deborah.
Now, Amina, to your point, Ashley is given the kind of innocent, like, what did
Mhm.
I do vibe? And I was
Mhm.
like, what went on here? So yeah, thank you for that,
It was
lady.
very antagonistic the way she came in with the all of the lip service. But
Hmm.
yeah, little Debbie was.
Well, okay. All right. So but what is Kay's storyline? I don't know nothing about her either. So I don't.
They haven't really established her well.
No.
Because I don't even know what to say.
I forget she exists
She
until
came
she
in as
got
a
on the
friend.
bunk bed.
She came in as a friend. Who friend
Oh,
is
did
she?
she?
She came in, I think, as Karen's friend. Because what happened, she originally was friends last season with that guy, Cal, who is Giselle's hairdresser.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think
The one
she's
that was
his friend,
on.
and she knows him, and that's I think how she got on the show. But it was weird because last year when they went on the trip to Dominican Republic, she was sick, and they were saying that she was friends with Wendy and Candace, and they weren't checking on her, or maybe they were just saying that to be
Yes.
messy and
They
everything like that.
yeah. But
Yeah,
she
but
was still new then. Yeah.
I think she's Cal's friend because
Mm-hmm.
she's a hairdresser, which would be interesting to me if she talked about doing hair. But she keeps talking about her relationship with this man and all
Yes,
this.
she
And then
definitely did.
Yeah, but she's also not getting a lot of playtime either.
Because she's boring.
So I mean, I'd almost rather see Stacy than her. At least I know something about Stacy.
I agree with you.
Cause I was like, oh, I forgot about her until the bunk bed thing.
The bunk beds will never live themselves down.
Okay, so well, two things before we get out of here. One, why did Stacy was she really happy about the bunk beds? Like, is she really like that? Or
she's an actress from LA.
I
From
was
LA.
like, really?
She's an actress.
Because ain't nobody who's that long that happy about being in no bunk bed.
Oh,
And
I've
I'm
always
sure, and I
wanted
don't want
to
to be in
try a
one.
bunk bed
No,
when I was a kid. Right, you're not a kid anymore, though.
Back in the day
no,
when I was a kid, I was not a kid. No, ma'am.
no.
So I was a little. I was like, she's taking this very graciously. Like, is this real?
And or giving or creating Flighty as a persona.
Yeah.
Very aloof. Like, oh.
Yeah. Like, I don't know that they really trying to throw shade at me, so I'm gonna pretend that it doesn't exist.
And it
Yeah.
also tries to keep her drama free because she doesn't want to. She for me feels like she will be a Jacqueline if the oldies if the originals
Oh,
claw up on Stacy,
Mm.
she will crumble like Jacqueline.
I agree. I agree. I do.
Well,
I
she
can see
also
that.
has more to lose too because she has an actual career.
Yes. So she's treading very she's treading very lightly.
So when you
And that's how
actually
they're gonna act
got
her.
a career, you got to protect your
You do.
brand. Yeah,
You do.
it wasn't made on the TV.
Wendy might be a study in being a professional and pivoting this in a way that I can be a little bit messy, but still
Yeah.
keep it cute.
She did it too. They were saying something about Karen, and Wendy was like, "Oh, Karen's not here to defend herself."
She did.
Yeah.
Oh, do you care though? But
No.
okay.
She rode for Karen right there. She rode for her. She really
She
did.
did.
Mhm.
So, okay, the last thing. What was this whole thing with Mia and Ink and him sucking the toes? I was like, why am I
Oh,
listening to this? It wasn't it at dinner?
Because wait. They was talking about it at dinner.
Yes.
It's a very weird flex that they do, well, that Mia does in the information sharing about this dynamic. It's awkward. It's
Very.
awkward is less. It's cringy. It's cringy because I think the way they set it up and the way Ink came in did not set the stage for something that feels endearing. It doesn't, because it also rides on the back of the divorce. It also, they started really commingling immediately in the show. So honestly, I'm like, what is really the deal? Like, for me, it makes Gordon look even smaller in this situation. It's like they make him shrink and it emasculates him, not because they're intending to do it, but the way they set this up makes him small. It makes him small, and he knows it and he feels it, and I'm sure it exacerbated his anxiety and ramped up his bipolar episode. I promise you.
All of that could be absolutely the case. And
Yeah.
speaking of which, too, now that I'm recognizing that he is bipolar, she's talking about him living there, but that could also be all of that too, like why he is so close as well. You know what I mean? Like, she's not really gonna get rid of him because
No.
that whole dynamic. But yeah, like the whole thing with Ink, like it feels really, I don't even know this dude, right? I don't have no vested interest in this, but I don't like him. You know?
And I promise you, that's a feeling, right? It's something it's giving because he didn't do anything.
He didn't do nothing, but I'm
right?
just like, ugh.
Yes, that's the same energy I'm getting.
Yeah.
That's the
I can't root for y'all. Like, he just a stopover. We just need to go.
I am just not really surprised. Like, like I just, the whole thing, I think it's since her and that man first came on that show, her and that old man, we've all just been waiting, like, when are they going to say she's cheating on him? When are they going to say it? Up here it is. She's cheating on him. Like, but I didn't know she was doing it like this. Like, you got really a whole relationship that you got going on,
And everybody knew him. All the friends knew him.
Yeah, because you got a whole relationship.
So yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So the end of the episode. So I don't know we gonna see where this is going next week.
Yes.
The butt dial. What are they trying to insinuate that Karen said? See, this is the problem that I have. They could be talking about something amazing, great, and wonderful. They all getting along, and then somebody got to throw some dang shade and it goes all the way left. So I was like, yeah, we had a great time. We met, we had dinner, and then, oh, do you remember what happened? No, what happened? You butt dialed us.
And first of all, it feels very set up in the way that it is, right? It's like butt dial. Like, okay, I've done it It's happened, but it is not that often. These part one. Yeah, I don't know.
I think because you know what it is, they were trying to say earlier that Karen had called Jacqueline drunk. So
Right.
maybe they're trying to say with the butt dial, it
That's
was more
exactly what they're doing.
trying to say more of that behavior.
And they didn't say like what is it that she actually
What
says
did she say? Right.
because
Right. That's what I'm, and that's partly why it doesn't feel authentic is when you skirt around the issue and you don't give specifics. I mean, so what? Okay,
Mhm.
she called you drunk. I mean, and like what happened? What'd she say? How do you just insinuate, oh, I thought she was drunk?
baby, let me tell you something. This is going to be the uncovering for Karen's real story because can't nobody tell me that her and that husband are doing the things that they say they're doing. Karen is snatching that body for somebody else. Okay? It is not Mr. Husband. This is just allegedly. This is my opinion because
I don't have an opinion.
the way they keep saying, baby, if she get more spelt in the face and in the waist, who's it for, Karen? Because what did Gizelle call him? What did they call him on the
Uncle
old
Ben.
Papa Ben, Uncle Ben?
Uncle Ben, Papa Smurf. You know, this is my thing. Like 3 seasons ago, they had a scene where she was in the bathtub, Ray came upstairs. They really alluded to them having sex and getting down.
Yes.
I don't want to watch old people having sex. I really don't. So that's what I will just say. That's where I'm at. I don't care what happens, stay together, but I don't want to watch old people having sex. Like, come on, man. Like,
Oh God.
what?
Let me just say for the behalf of the people who are in the elders who are out here getting your groove on, keep it up.
Keep it
I
up.
was about
Keep
to
it
say,
up.
like, older people need love too.
I was getting ready to say, please
Listen,
God,
I
shine
have
your light on me when I'm at that age because I still wants to be able to be
I
vibrant.
mean, for real, I don't want to see nobody having sex. I really don't. If it ain't me, I don't want to see none of y'all. Okay, young, old, I don't care.
Ah.
but yeah, that was really. I mean, I just was
Look,
very.
Shelly
I was
said, she said, what age is considered older?
not like that, but they at that point they had begun to call him Uncle Ben, and the majority of this was really looking like cotton, and and I just was like, are they really doing this? Like, is this really happening on TV? That
But they also don't give the chemistry. It's not
Right.
just
But did they
habitual.
didn't have sex? They looked like they were about to, or what?
she
No.
was in the bathtub and
Oh
she was
yeah.
like, Ray, and he came into the bathroom and was taking his shirt off. I'm like, what's happening?
They set that scene
This
up.
is like my parents. Like, what?
They set
I-
that scene up.
okay.
I'm, I'm just, I'm with you.
Well, yeah. Mm. Anything else, ladies?
We will wait to see what next week brings in this butts out conversation.
Yes. And I'm glad I bought this fan. I think it was a good investment.
You gonna need more too because they still on vacation.
And the tea is really gonna come out. Karen
Yeah.
is
Okay. So
really
what? Okay. So what's your predictions? What's gonna happen? I think Stacy is gonna admit that she don't like the bunk beds.
that part. And that I don't know if they're gonna reveal Karen's stuff in its entirety because she works overtime and all the time to not have her business in these streets. She don't want you to know what's going on. Remember when they did the Blue Eyes, Mr. Blue Eyes thing that she was supposedly seeing? They had a Gizelle, somebody has said that she was seeing somebody named with blue eyes or something.
Cherise said it. Cherise
Yes, it was her and Cherise because they was like, but anyway, I say this all to say the same way all of them them breadcrumbs they did for Juan,
Mm-hmm.
all of the stuff that he kept leaving. I feel like that's what's happening with Karen. It's leading up to a greater something.
So the only thing, well, at least right now, it's
Mhm.
like you got Karen and you got Mia. What
Yeah.
is everybody else doing?
Child, don't nobody
You
know.
know, Wendy's turning 40, but I think maybe this argument that we're going to see with Kay and Ashley may stretch out to a storyline for both of them
Mhm.
over the whole season. Because as you know, once that happens, well, did you invite her to your event? I don't want to come up. She's going to be there. I don't want to sit next to her. Why she got on the same color I got on? And that can stretch out into a whole season of them not liking each other and may end up even in a physical altercation. Who knows? So that might even be what that could be for both of them.
Ooh, Lord, we don't need no more physical altercations
Please no.
because
Please no.
You
it
know,
is.
the way they be throwing around, lawsuits, like, no, nobody be suing each other like this. It costs too much time and money. Like, really?
And the most they do is throw a drink, and that's in the clause. You can throw a drink. That's as much as can be thrown. Them bows, only person that really got crunk was Monique.
Yeah, that was crazy that day. That the whole thing was just, and then after that, when they had a meeting, Gizelle got some man from Baltimore to come down to be her security guard, and
What?
she said, "I can't come to this meeting without a security guard." And then it was
No,
some
she
guy.
didn't.
She
No,
did. It
she
was some
didn't.
big guy from Baltimore with
Why
a
he had to be
scully
from
on.
Baltimore, though?
I, I think he said he was from Baltimore. I think he
Somebody might have
said.
had it could have been her security detail from the Empowerment Church when she was up there.
Yeah,
Oh, man, that's funny.
that it was. You have to watch it. If you could watch that episode and see how she was acting with that security guard, it was funny. Like, what? Stop playing. But yes, that's what my prediction is. Someone they're going to sit down to dinner. Someone's going to yell. Someone's going to cry, and then, and then for the rest of the vacation, they'll consider whether or not they want to be friends with this person because they're not a real friend.
I will say, now, and we're just getting started, right? But I will say, so far, it's been drama, but it hasn't been anything like unforgivable. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, somebody had
Right.
to leave the house, except for Gizelle, who left, willingly because she had to go.
Right.
So we'll see what happens next week if
Next week.
something goes down where somebody just got to leave. Because Atlanta be having them joints where somebody leaving.
Yeah, and they go home early from the vacation and everything like that. And
Somebody
yeah,
leaving. Remember that one? This don't have nothing to do with nothing. I don't know why it just came up in my head, but Candy did something. The strippers and all the whole thing went down with the dude, and they
Oh,
were
that
trying to
thing was
figure out who
crazy.
was doing what. I was like, what?
that
That
was a
was
crazy one
that
right
was
there.
a whole situation with
That was
Bolo.
a
That was
that was
crazy.
a whole that was a whole. But you know what? They did have a situation on Patanka a couple of years ago when they went on vacation and Katie came with them and they were making fun of Katie's hair and Ashley went
But
all the way in on Katie and Katie
baby,
left.
in
Katie
in
left
Ashley's
early.
defense, Katie looked insane.
She did.
Baby, like a mad scientist. That wig was turned the wrong way. It was so bad. And
Oh
nobody
my
talk about
God.
the blaring mental health issue that she was dealing with because she
Oh
was
Yeah,
wow,
looking,
yeah,
it was that bad?
yeah, she was not
yeah.
well.
I almost
And
feel like it had to be for Ashley because she's not gonna get all up in your face like that unless it really was.
Ashley
Yeah.
basically asked her if she was, what did she say? Were you dumb? Like, are you dumb? Like, it was now that's another
Yeah.
show for another
You,
time, but yes.
if you probably on YouTube, Katie Ashley fight Real
Katie
Housewives.
Holmes in her.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Katie
Well,
was
we gonna see what. Wow, it sounds like they got rid of all the people who fight. So maybe there won't be any fights because they all gone.
one thing. Katie was unpredictable. I feel like she was about
Yeah.
that smoke, and she would have gotten the ring with Ashley. She
I
and I don't
know.
think Ashley talk a good game,
No,
she
she's
ain't
not.
gonna pony up.
Mm-mm.
She
Absolutely
ain't gonna hold me.
I
She
can.
ain't,
I know. Just no. Mm-mm.
she ain't
No.
gonna pony up.
No. You know how the little it's like the dogs that are the loudest ones, and then you try to run, they run back away from you,
Yes.
but they make the most noise. Yeah,
She
we
is
got
definitely, and she's just with the mess. That's her new name.
that's good. That's good. Well, thank you, ladies. This has been fun. Oh my goodness,
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to see what's gonna happen next week. Listen,
Me.
I'm gonna be watching, taking my notes.
Yes.
Y'all come back with us. Questions, comments, feedback, put it in the chat. If you agree with the ladies, don't agree, let us
Let us
know what's
know.
going on. But this is good. A lot of people been watching this time. Y'all quiet though. They real quiet. Last time they were a little bit more vocal. But next week.
Good night, viewers.
Good night. See you next week. Peace.